Lee Brown here with One Community Real Estate, and for all of y'all who say I don't make anything healthy, this is your night because we're going to make cheesy spinach quinoa. And I heard that quinoa makes people angry in some countries, and so if you're from the country that gets angry about quinoa, then just have a sip of something. In the immortal words of Bill Gallagher. And what I just had a sip of is a godmother, which is half vodka, half amaretto. Because I've been hanging out with the South Carolina Realtors. We've been talking about what the Realtors have been doing right now. And I gotta make supper because y'all need to look at what I'm eating, I guess. So what we're gonna make is get you some quinoa. I buy the Tiny Hero because I frankly love the name. And we're gonna get 1 1/4 cups of it. What I have learned though is that if I buy the wrong quinoa, my son gets aggravated because there's a certain brand that he likes and it turns out to be Golden Hero 3. I can talk and look at y'all at the same time. And we were right there on the money with what we had left, the little spots left. But that's all right. I got my Scotch Brite to clean the stove top later. And now we're gonna put in 1.5 cups of chicken broth. I'm using the Harris Teeter brand tonight because that's what was on sale. And y'all know by now that I try to pinch pennies in the kitchen, especially during coronavirus, but frankly, most of the time, because frankly, if some of y'all would look at your credit card statements, you spend a lot of time and money eating out. I'm just saying. And so you can get some of that money back. And then we're also gonna toss in some salt. I didn't leave it over here on my counter. So let's get some kosher salt because you know we like kosher salt. And we're gonna put in some, I put in about as much as goes in the little nook of my hand. So about yay much, all right? And now we're gonna bring that to a boil. So while that's coming to a boil, y'all legit, this is the easiest dish ever. I'm gonna get my wooden spoon ready so I can mix the salt in. Get that going. And while that's going, we're gonna grate some Gruyère cheese. Now this is expensive cheese. My son pulled it out of the refrigerator and he's like, Mama, that costs $14 for a block. I said, I know, we're not gonna waste it. And the recipe calls for, how much does it call for? 3 ounces. But frankly, I like cheese. And so if I'm gonna pay for it, I'm gonna eat it. And so we're just gonna grate it out as much as we want. Gruyère is a hard cheese and so it grates pretty good. It's gonna jump all over my kitchen while I'm talking to y'all. But that's all right, because I hope you've had a good day. I am, for one, over this quarantine and coronavirus era. Don't know about y'all. I'm trying to stay positive and cheerful. And I guess that's what liquor's for. Liquor helps me stay positive and cheerful. And also turning off comments makes me positive and cheerful, although frankly, I kind of love y'all. And so I don't cut off my comments. So leave me something nice down there, all right? So say something kind. And if you tell me I said Gruyère wrong, then that's fine, because I don't really care. I had a pair of Agner sandals one time, and if you are Southern, you know what I mean by Agner. And I went on a date with this very handsome man. This was a long time ago. And I said, oh, they're Agners. And he's like, it's Anye. And I said, well, I guess we can't go out anymore. And we did not go out anymore after that. So we're gonna look for, I don't know, a cup or so. I'm not gonna use the whole block. I use maybe half of the block so I can make another round of it. So we've got our cheese grated. We've got our quinoa coming to a boil over there. And then as soon as it comes to a boil, you're gonna put a lid on the pot and let it simmer for just a little bit while the quinoa gets good and cooked. And then we'll be back here shortly for the next step because y'all don't want to hang out for 10 minutes and wait on that quinoa. That'd be boring. So have a sip of something in the words of Bill Gallagher and I'll see you in a minute. Okay friends, so your quinoa has been in the chicken broth for 12 minutes and simmering. Now what we're going to do is take the lid off. And if I forgot to tell y'all, the lid has to go on once it hits a boil and you go turn it down to a simmer. It should be nice and cooked. And actually, here's what it looks like after 12 minutes. See, look, it looks like a grain cake. And now we're gonna take a bag of spinach. And if you don't cook a lot of spinach, you might not realize that the volume of it will change dramatically once you throw it in the pot. So we're gonna put in basically a bag's worth of spinach. And then put the lid back on and cook it down for about 3 minutes. It doesn't take it long to cook down. And y'all, this really does make an amazing side dish. So let's cook the spinach down first. And then after about 3 minutes, that spinach is gonna cook down. And then we're gonna add in the Gruyère cheese, and ooh, it's good. Okay, friends, it took about 3 minutes or so for your spinach to wilt down, and y'all see that pot was completely slapped full of spinach. It has cooked down well, and now we're gonna take our Gruyère cheese, which the recipe called for like 3/4 of a cup, but I told y'all I use more, so I probably have a cup or more. My math is half of the block, because it's very expensive cheese. So I'll put half in this batch, and I'll do half in the next batch. See, and then I can get 2 batches out of 1 block of cheese. So this is probably my most expensive side dish, because by the time I pay $3 for a box of spinach and $14 for a block of cheese, so half of that, so 7 and 3 is 10. And then let's add in a little bit of quinoa. I mean, it's like $12 or $13, but I promise you, it's so good that even if you have picky kids, they'll eat it, and suddenly your picky kids are gourmands. Enjoy it. It goes real good with chicken, by the way.